It was a beautiful day outside. Singing birds were shot down. As the desolate streets were almost deserted, containing nothing but the homeless desperately carrying away their goods that they looted out of a gas station raid, the streets were constantly patrolled by gangsters, collecting their protection money from every small, local business. Welcome to the town of Ritterot, a fictional variation of Detroit, but only much worse because it was populated with retards, and I'm allowed to say that because only 20% of viewers get offended by the word retard. The entire city was a crumble. A dystopian nightmare, littered with riots, litter and freedom.
I think we made a terrible mistake.
Just to get killed in combat. Then pray to the holy lords of the internet to make up for the innocent casualties with another raid. But somewhere in an abandoned apartment block there still lays a sliver of happiness. Hidden from society and forgotten. There lives a man soon to be called a legend for some, and a complete moron for others. Alas, for it is the great protagonist named Billy Bobbin's son the Biggie. Or what he likes to be called on the internet, Bort. Yes, Bort. Now you must obviously be expecting Bort to be some kind of elite god on the internet who goes and says the wisest knowledge on all aspects of life. But in reality, he is just some beta loser who moderates the streams for his next door neighbor, Kitty29, who streams daily, disguising herself as a hololive waifu and uses the most complex calculations in knowing the exact ways to trick horny men into giving her money. She currently has 28,000 subscribers. Because Bort has a crush on Kitty29, he felt an irresistible need to give her most of his money because it gave him an indescribable pleasure. Kitty wouldn't read his name, or thank him. But deep down Bort knew she loved him back. Bort lived a stable, yet lonely life in the apartment block, being too afraid to leave his cave. He did not have to eat because he was a Roblox character, but in Ritterot everyone hates Roblox characters, especially obese guests. He just made his money to pay rent to the gang that owned the building and then went back to tending to his eternal love. When the stream would be over, Bort would easily switch to his favorite anime pirating site to watch the latest season of his favorite anime shows that bullies you because you are an incel who does not have a girlfriend, unlike Loser McCormick here who has 7,713 girlfriends. And fall asleep to the anime memes browsed on Reddit afterwards. One day Bort had an amazing dream. He was having a picnic with Kitty, enjoying a wonderful midday together. Then they would play a wonderful game of frisbee and totally nothing lewd happened whatsoever. Suddenly, there was shouting in the field, and the shouting eventually so loud that Bort realized it was all a dream. It was payday. Bort peeked out of his apartment door to see two scary big dudes violently knocking on Kitty's door. Bort couldn't believe his eyes. For the first time in his life he finally got to see Kitty. The only times they'd communicate is in a weird hole in the wall where Bort could pay for daily sustenance. Wait, what? Who is this fatty? The cutie girl thought woman expected to open the door was actually an obese fat guy with a farting disorder? Kitty never does any of that. Bort closed the door. He could feel his heart tied in a knot. The waifu relationship thought to be perfect was no more. Kitty cheated on Bort with a fatter guy and now Bort is abandoned. The computer pinged. It was Kitty, desperately requesting $20. But Bort didn't make a decision. His head was spinning. The life he thought living normally in was a lie, a huge scam. Kitty wasn't a cute girl. She was a cheating whore. Bort was alone. He always was alone. He was always lonely. But not anymore. Bort knew he controlled his own life ever since the start, and he has already started a new life. So why not start a new life? The ideas rushed through his head faster than a Twitter user can type when a video uses the word retarded in it as an adjective. He could be a soldier in a war. He could be a castaway on an island. He could even be a freedom fighter. Yes, a freedom fighter. Saving the world from the horrible grasps of the internet. The internet was a devil, toying with the innocent lives of introvert and extrovert kind.
Help me! Help me!
Bort kicked the door open, ready to experience his new life. Bort was hit with an intense beam of sunlight he had never experienced before. A barrage of poison, burning his skin, emitting a sense of hope and happiness. True happiness. Not the false adrenaline given to him when his ex-waifu thanked him that one time. Bort felt hope, nostalgia, and for once in his life, life itself. A businessman passed Bort. Instead of looking at Bort, he just minded his own business. Bort was in awe. Never before has he ever been respected so much. Bort stepped to the open road. There were no cars, no people, nothing. Just the abandoned ruins of a city. Bort snapped back to his main focus. If he wanted to delete the internet, he had to find the internet headquarters and destroy it.
Meatball!
The internet would obviously know what Bort was doing if he used it for information, so he had to find a library.
You know what they say.
Golly, will you look at that? There's a library right there. Unbothered by the wrath of street violence because the gangsters can't read. In the big building of weird paper, Bort learned a lot of things. The difference between your and your. The fact that the Earth is actually round, and the unfortunate news that the internet cannot be shut down unless you crash all the signal towers. But Bort improvised. When he saw Kitty play generic shooter game name She Went on a mission where you use a magic bomb that deletes electricity. Bort read a book about electricity and learned those bombs are very illegal and they rarely exist. Bort counterattacked the book with his brain. The only things that don't exist, exists in Area 51. So Bort developed a strategy. He will travel to Area 51 via plane, and airdrop himself in the base. Then he will use his ninja powers to take out all guards. He will enter the compound and find the bomb. But first, he's going to call the aliens and tell them to strengthen the bomb with their alien magic, then drop it on the top of the Earth. This will cause an electromagnetic pulse to go around worldwide, and the internet will be gone for 1,000 years. The next day, Bort went to the airport and snuck into a hangar by hiding in a suitcase and crouch walking into the actual hangar he wanted to go in. Then he turned on the plane by pressing E. The E key ejected the seat high into the air, penetrating the hangar roof. Then a large gust of wind came to blow Bort all the way through the atmosphere, fortunately taking him in the direction he wanted to go to. When the seat landed, Bort was in the desert. Deserts are bad, but this was where Bort wanted to be. Bort checked his surroundings. Sand. Even more sand. Oh hey look. A weird camp place. The camp was ran by a group of weird sand aliens with wooden laser guns. When Bort arrived, they responded violently. Bort tried negotiating with the aliens. It turns out the aliens wanted to attack the nearby military base and free their fellow kind so they could praise the High Alien Lord Alan. The aliens agreed to help Bort and they gave him a gun by pointing it to his head.
This is KTIT, K-Tit, playing the best tunes in...
The day of assault came. An alien hovercar jumped over the base wall and everything burst out into combat. Bort and a few other aliens were sneaking in through the other side. They passed a lot of strange objects and symbols. Turns out the aliens wanted the exact same thing Bort wanted. Bort still had his gun pointed towards him, and they all got out safely. Bort was taken to the main alien castle, which was a lot more ancient than he thought it was. But that's what aliens do to make their base hidden. The alien leader, Alan, liked Bort's work and they decided to record him detonating the bomb. Staying far away from Bort, as he obviously needed privacy while doing his live stream. The bomb had so many panels. Bort didn't know what to press. But he did. He pressed the big red button that read "Do not press" and a shockwave shook the entire room and knocked Bort out. Bort found himself in a weird place. There was void everywhere and constant echoing. Suddenly, Bort's ex-waifu fabricated out of thin air. Bort was still confused. His head was still spinning. "Billy Bobbin's son the biggie, you obviously know why you are here." Bort, still struck with confusion, nodded. He remembered the bomb, the plan, and the aliens. "You helped a group of terrorists delete the internet. The entire world is in anarchy." Bort finally spoke.
"Good.
The long-term war-induced development of vast knowledge and information acquired at the palm of a hand. Do you have any idea what you have done?"
You made me delete the internet. It was all your fault. How dare you cheat on me?"
The waifu looked at Bort with disappointment. "Kitty has been stealing from you since you were 7, Bort. Kitty was never a cute e-girl. She was a fat man, like you. He deceived you with the false information you were going to get laid." Bort wanted to protest, but the waifu was right. "Look, Bort. The internet has its good sides, and its bad sides. Life is about balance and karma. Liking something causes an addiction to it. Even if the thing is healthy, like cycling." Bort took the information in. He understood it all, as he experienced it. But one question lingered in his head.
If everything you like gets addicting, then what's the point in living?
The Kitty impersonator answered. "Life is about balance. Experience the good sides and you get the bad sides. Experience the bad sides and you get the good sides. It is all about equal management. If you do one thing too much, it gets unhealthy, such as being on the internet. You are sad and lonely for a reason, Bort. You call yourself a prolgbtkid plus furry and tell people to kill themselves on Twitter because their opinions don't match with yours for a reason."
"But I'm not a Twitter furry,"
Bort protested. "Bort, what I am meaning is that you use the internet too much. You are a whiny beta male because you focus all your attention to females and hide behind your computer screen all day. Go outside, Bort. Focus on your dreams. Your real dreams." Bort's eyes glowed with stars in them. "Now I must take off this disguise and show my true form." The kitty faker transformed. "Behold, I am Jesus. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk." Bort knew what to do now. His destiny was not in simping, but rather in reviewing books. He thanked Jesus for his advice and requested to be taken back to Earth. Jesus looked a bit worried. "Yeah? About that? You helped some bad guys shut down the internet. You are going to be here for a very long time. Piss." And so, Bort was left behind in the eternal pits of hell to rot forever in, unable to die, and unable to leave. He was destined to think of his sins until the end of time. The end.
Damn. This video kind of moved me, but I don't feel like going to bed. Time to watch Epic Haul Olive Fard compilation 2.